Welcome back, everybody. Well, here's the latest acquisition. She's a 2002 7.3 Ford Excursion. Picked this up down in Rockford, Ohio. Yes, Midwest truck, but it's been south for a lot of its life. I know some of y'all southern people might watch this. Midwest stuff's junk. Whatever. We don't live in the south. You know, if I lived in Arizona, I'd buy Arizona cars. I live in Texas, I'd buy Texas trucks. But I don't. So sometimes we got to do this. So as you see, she got some rust back here. Ain't bad. This used to be a limited. It used to be a limited. You can kind of see where the trim was removed and they rhino lined over it. They did a pretty good job. They did the inside, the door jambs. They did everything. Got 3520s on it. Firestone Destinations. Couple $1,000 in tires. The wheels are the black rhinos, hard alloys. Those are about $400 or $500 a piece. There's roughly $3,500 in rubber on this thing. So over here we do got some rust is what it is. We're gonna get that cleaned up, and honestly that ain't bad. That's metal work I can work with. And metal work I can work with. They did inside the door jambs, man. They did it all. As you can see, pretty clean doors. Rockers, I'm gonna have to do some rocker work. They ain't terrible. It's not terrible, but I do have to do some. The inner rockers are all there. I do got to do the dog leg and the rears, so you know, my typical stuff. This is just how I got it, so this is what they look like when you buy them. You put in black carpet, which was done pretty shitty. I've done carpet before, and let me tell you something, I'm not bitching about it because I know it's very difficult to do. I can tell it has the mass foam backing pad on it, which if any of you guys have ever done that mass backing pad and tried to get this stuff to sit right, it ain't no easy deal to get this stuff looking like factory. It's not. It's really tricky, really hard. You always end up coming up short, or you cut it short like you did right here. So I'm trying to figure out, because I want this thing to look as right as I possibly can. I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with it as far as the carpet. I'm going to get it all cleaned out, detailed today, and then I'll figure out what I got, what I can do with it. Maybe I can work with it. Maybe I can pull the seats, stretch it, get it as tight as I can, and maybe I can make that look fine to my liking. I'm doubting it. I'm doubting I'm going to be able to do that, so I'm already budgeting for new carpet to go in. Because number one, I hate the black. He painted these black, you know, just painted the dash, you know, he painted this black. You know, if you're gonna do this black, this is my recommendation for anybody considering this shit. Pull the dash from an 05. Pull the door panels from an 05. It's stock. You know, this will be black, this will be black, this will be black, and it'll all be factory. And you can source these 05 doors. You know, if you want to go black on the inside, people, don't go redneck style with paint. It looks like shit. You know, pull the 05 doors, source them and buy them. I mean, honestly, it's a little bit more expensive, a little bit more legwork, but at the end of the day, you got something that looks stock, you know. And carpet, I'll tell you, man, if you're going to do carpet, whew, you better know what you're doing. You better have a lot of patience, and I'd recommend do not go with a mass backing pad. You know, it's more expensive, but the mass backing foam pad is about this thick. And I can assure you that shit is not pliable. It is hard to bend. It's hard to maneuver. It is hard to get, unless, you know, the underside here is completely free of dust and debris. It's really hard to get that stuff to stick, even regardless what adhesive you're putting down. I've done it before. It's no joke. It's difficult. So that is my recommendation. Do not get the mass backing pad. You know, they sell it on there as if it's a premium. It probably is. And if you're a professional carpet installer, it probably is. But for guys like us, no, it is not. It is not the way to go. You want this a little thinner where you can stretch it more, you know, because you're going to be pulling it on the side. You're going to be getting the adhesive down. I mean, there's so many transitions in the floor of these trucks. There's transition here, transition here, transition here, transition here, here. And this stuff is so thick, it's just not pliable, you know, and you have to heat it up. If you're going to use this, you got to heat that stuff up really warm to get it to be able to manipulate it. So anyways, that's my rant about the carpet. probably my biggest bitch about it. You know, all the rest of the stuff, no problem. The carpeting, that I'm not looking forward to doing. But she's pretty nice. They put a new rear bumper on, new hitch, all LEDs throughout. Those of you guys that have these Excursions, y'all are familiar with these lights. You know they're expensive, those LED lights. So, I mean, there's a lot of money put into this truck. Can see a little bit of cracking up here I got to do something with. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy with it. Sorry. Did the 4-hour drive with it, so it does have a slight pull to the driver's side, so I'm gonna have the wheel bearing looked at. Check out the suspension. It does have the coil over front suspension here, folks. Look at that. Look at that. Somebody spent some real coin on this truck. Coil over, full coil over front suspension on this. You guys are into these trucks, you know exactly what this is. That's an expensive upgrade, expensive modification. So yeah, so I got no complaints for what I paid for this. This thing, I'm gonna make this look about as nice as I can. So yep, no complaints. We got the upgraded bumper. I don't know if that's off a Raptor. I don't know, honestly I don't think it is. It's just off of a newer Ford. Looks okay, you know, it kind of matches the truck, but not exactly my style. But for the price point, the 7.3 and the mileage, I couldn't turn it down. So we got some cracking going on up here, and it's because we have a fiberglass hood. See it? So we got a lot of movement in this thing. So my plan here, I've got some panel epoxy that we're going to put here. I'm going to chip this back all the way until it stops coming up. We're going to use epoxy up under there. We're going to respray it, probably mask it here to here, as tight as I can get it. This is Raptor liner, so I should be able to find this color, do the best I can to match it. If I can't get it to match okay, then I'll just pop the hood, redo this whole hood, and you know, that'll be it. So that's, you know, those are probably the biggest areas I want to get right to make it right. Got to undercoat it all, the metal work, but yeah, that's it. Gonna have the windows tinted tomorrow. You know, can't drive around looking like this with a window not tinted. So aesthetics are important, but also the mechanicals under there. Doesn't drip, doesn't leak. Got about 280,000 miles. That's a good truck. Maybe at the end I'll tell you what I paid for it, and then I'll tell you what I'm into it for. So go ahead, subscribe, follow along, and this is our next project. See you.